Hi everyone. In this video, I'm going to explain about the basic components of information system. In the last videos, we already discussed about what you mean by information system, what you mean by information technology. Followed by that, I'm going to exclusively focus on what are the components and resources it's required for the information system. Basically, you know information, it's a processed data. But to process the data and to convert into information, we need to have the certain components as well as the resource. Now, if you see the basic components of information system, definitely we need the hardware and software system, right? Both hardware and software components are very important. And how to work with those hardware and software means based on the input what you're going to give. Here, input is called as a data. And you should have a tech person, that means a person who can able to handle the data, apply his mind to use the software to process the data. And to do that, you need to follow a certain procedure where your devices and other components should be integrated with these network connectivity. So with these five basic components, right, you have to utilize this resource by following this particular way of doing the activities, right? Converting your input into an output by undergoing a process. So here input is the data, and to process that, we need both hardware and software resources. To handle that process, to make it in a sequence, you need the people resource in terms of a tech person, a person who can able to handle the particular software, and then you can able to get the result. That is what the output. So this is how the basic components and the resource is required for information system. Now, if you see this, how this things is applied in the industry. Now we are discussing about the six major resources for information system. People resources, where in terms of people resources, we need a person who is specialized in that, right? Either a tech person or a person who can able to handle the particular software, right? As well as the user. Hardware resources, where you need to have necessary machines, equipment, tools. Software resources, where you need to have that respective model and then the program which has been created for the particular right model to be handled. Data which is acting as an input, and you need to have a network connectivity for updation, and you need to have a sufficient information resource. Based on this resource only, an information system can able to give the output. So you understood about the components and resource. Now, when you come to the part application part, so how this components and resource are used in the industry. Now, for example, if you take any organization, of course, every organization will have a multiple functional department. For example, sir, in marketing department, how this particular IS, the information system is used, what type of data is needed, what kind of a software they are using for what purpose. So if you take a marketing department, definitely they may have the data of the last 5 to 10 years of their marketing or a sales. Based on that, they can able to predict what can be the sales in the next upcoming month or upcoming year. Similarly, a manufacturing department can able to utilize those data with the help of the hardware and software, and they can able to come out with a way of planning and scheduling their operation process. Similarly, this kind of things can be done even for planning the inventory control in the logistics, and also dealing with all the employees' details, knowing their performance, or marking their attendance, entering their attendance details, payroll processing with the HR department, followed by finance or account section. They can able to use those transactions data, right, the income and profit and loss account statement to analyze the financial part of the company, and information processing department where they can able to pass or circulate the informations in a different way. So like that, there are different departments functioning where they can use this IS resource and the components very effectively. This is at the functional department, that is at department level. Now, for example, if you see every department, definitely they will have a database, right? They have effective DBMS structure model in the company. With the help of DBMS, marketing section can be able to use those data to predict their sales. Operation can use those data according for scheduling their operation. And logistics companies, the inventory list, HR department, followed by finance and other department. So this is how this information system is used in the company at the different functional levels. When you come to that, what activity will be involved in those departments? All the departments will have a basic level activity called as a transaction processing system. That means the day-to-day records will be entered in the basic level, in the initial level. And then it is scheduled, it is monitored, it is right analyzed by the person who is working under the middle level of the company, like operation or the supervisor level. And the top level is the top management, where they'll be setting on goals and objective and action plan for the middle and lower level to execute it. So for this purpose, right, the information system is used to engage these kind of activities in the company. By collaborating these activities and then the functional department, this is how IS components and the resources will be used for the organization. So both department, that is functional level, and each functional level, each department will have the activities, common activities, where those activities are engaged, planned based on the database what is available in the company. Hope this area is helpful for you to understand the fundamentals of UIS and its components that are used in the company, either the activity level with respect to different departments. Right. Thank you for watching my video. We will discuss what is BPO and KPO in the next video. Thank you.